Thiago Motta was furious yesterday after a draw in Belgium 0-0 against Brugge, and he's saying in front of microphones, I'm expecting much more from my offensive players. The only one that I want to save offensively is Samuel Mbangula. Look, until there, I totally agree, and I think that we all agree. We were furious, we were not happy, we were not satisfied with our offensive players, and the only one that we wanted to save, and also voted MVP in the post-game of yesterday, was Sam Mbangula. And that's where my first question, I have a lot of questions, arrive. Why did you sub out the very first player of the game, Samuel Mbangula, at the 66th minute? Why are you repeating what we did before the Milan game for a player that is in the moment of his life? Why? The only one that was creating something. I have much more question. I need to speak about the horrible 15 minutes of Dusan Vlahovic. I want to speak about the non-game of Koopmeiners being put in difficulty also by Thiago Motta, because we need to say it. Also, Douglas Luiz being put in difficulty by Thiago Motta. Why didn't he react earlier? I have so many questions. Then Mercato, because if there are already two names, I can tell you already today, you can scratch from the list definitively. There is a name that we were nearly sure that would have been a done deal. Pay attention, because there are a race for a player that we really believe that would have been a Juventino in the next coming hours. Guys, a lot of things to say in today's video with an angry Beppe. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. If you didn't yet, please, also today, maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's make this channel bigger and bigger and bigger, so the voice of the real Juventini are heard, because it's important. Ragazzi, we start. I tell you, a lot of questions, and I'm not the only one. Tutto Sport with this big title, Thiago Perché, with that way of writing that is actually a gameplay, wordplay with the X that is for what, why Thiago, why Thiago, fantastic title, the X that is also the symbol of the draw, 16th in the 28th game of Thiago Motta on the bench of the Bianconeri, a step ahead against Atalanta, 2 steps ahead against Milan, and we did 3 or even 4 back yesterday in Belgium, in the Jan Breidel Stadium, where the supporters, the brave supporters, were freezing because it was -3, -4. What a disaster game. What a boring game. Unacceptable. Look, I can accept a lot of things, but not if you go there like if it was a job that you were there since years and you forget all the passion that you have for the job, that you don't like anymore that job, that you just know that at the end of the month your salary will be there and you are just doing what is important to do, the basic minimum to do for a reason, so that they cannot put you out. That's what I saw yesterday. I saw it. Players, I saw a team, I saw an entire team that went with their card to clock in at 8 a.m. in the morning, clock out at 4 or 5 p.m. in the evening. I did what they asked for me, not more, absolutely not without passion, without smile. I just do it and I go home and I think about something totally different. This is what I felt yesterday. And then when I need to see the Opta Paolo stats that reported yesterday, that it was, in terms of shots on target, the worst game since 2012, because since Lille Munich, it never happened again that in the Champions League game there was only 1 shot on target, then I cannot be happy. I always told you that Brugge was a solid team, that it was difficult to play against them, especially in their home, but dai ragazzi, you are much stronger than that team, Brugge, that never put us really in difficulty. The only one time that they put in difficulty, it was because of us. Guys, when I'm telling you about that clock in, clock out, this is what Gazzetta dello Sport is telling us today, Juve al minimo. Should I translate that title? With also the picture of Teun Koopmeiners, Juve al minimo, Teun Koopmeiners al minimo, but the entire Thiago Motta, everyone al minimo yesterday. Look at the momentum. You understand it really well. After 20-25 minutes, Juventus with 80% ball possession, 80%, but there, I don't know what they were waiting for. Was the plan to wait for Brugge to press them to go high and to go out and be unstructured? Could be, but Brugge, they didn't care. They didn't care. You said, you want to play like that? We stay there. We don't park the bus. We just remain organized and structured and really solid without giving you any space. Yesterday, the coach of Brugge, he understood extremely well how to block Thiago Motta plan. I wanted to say plans. I didn't see plans. I saw one only plan, which is annoying. At the end, you see it, We finished the game with 57% ball possession, a sterile one. It's not the first time that we are obliged to use that word. Yesterday, we lost our duels, aerial, ground duel. We lost all of them. We went with, in total, 39% of the duels won against Brugge. Much more physical. When they went up with aggressivity, they wanted to say, You're playing in our home. We are not scared about you. And that's something that is too much repeated this season, that we see too much. 7 attempts for Bruges. Not dangerous, you will tell me. Except of 1 or 2, but not dangerous. 0 on target. Juve, only 5. Only 5 attempts with only 1 shot on target at the 85th minute from Locatelli. From the distance, because we were not able to create. Then, yes, we qualified. Yes, we qualified. Only 1 loss on 7 games in Champions League against Stuttgart. We did a beautiful start again, like Como. PSV was a really beautiful game. Then Leipzig, that beautiful remontada. Stuttgart, unfortunately. Could we have beaten Lille? Yes, because we were stronger. Could we have beaten Aston Villa? Yes, because we were stronger. Could we have beaten Bruges? Yes, because we are stronger. But at the end, 1-1-1 is only 3 points on 9. It's not because you are better or that you deserve or that you are stronger that you will automatically receive an extra point. There is no extra point, which means at the moment, yes, we qualified in the top 24 officially, but forget about the top 8. What does that mean? That we are a team without a lot of depth. It's a team without a lot of depth. With 1 player comes in back from injury, we are losing 2. Mercato is not helping. We'll speak about Mercato at the end. He's not helping at the moment. Guys, we just added 2 more games. One that will be right before Inter, one right after Inter. 2 games plus the one of Inter, 3, that will be played in 1 week. A week of fire, because we don't even know against who we will play. Could be that we play a Paris Saint-Germain. Could be that we play a Manchester City. Could be that we play a Real Madrid. I don't know. But also maybe a Stuttgart again. I don't know against who we can play. So I'm scared. But what is really annoying, what is really worrying, it's at the end not really the Champions League experience at the moment where we qualified in top 24, which is already something, guys, honestly, after Juventus coming back, after changing everything, is the way off. Because it's already the 5th time, I believe, that Juventini, they get hope. The first time it happened after in Champions League, after that remontada 3-2 against Leipzig. Do you remember? Game after, Juve Cagliari 1-1. It happened again, 1-0 against Lazio, where we were able to score with a known goal from Lazio, that 1-0 at the end, where we say, okay, that fino alla fine, that playing until the end is maybe there. You play the next game against Stuttgart, you lose 1-0. Inter was winning 4-2. You come back on a 4-4. You say, okay, finally, being proud of the team, that we find it back, that want to will, that will to 2-2 against Parma the week after. You play Manchester City, the biggest game, the 2-0 you win. Wow, brava Juve. And that will unlock everyone, understanding that you can beat everyone. You play Venezia 2-2. And it happened the game as the same again. Juventus 2, Milan 0. Wow, fantastic. Juve is finally back. They understood in 2025. Bruges 0, Juventus 0. Guys, every time they are giving us hope, and like yesterday, Nico Gonzalez gave us a hope, because at a certain moment we accepted it and we said, you know what, let's pray for a dirty win. And that dirty win could have arrived at the 52nd minute with Nico Gonzalez in front of the goal. He's receiving that pass. He just have to push it in. What a horrible mistake. What a horrible mistake for probably the best player of the first half, Nico Gonzalez. The only one that was really playing like he was playing against Milan. But that miss is unacceptable. You cannot forgive a miss like that. Then, do I want to blame everything on Nico Gonzalez? Absolutely not. Because if we have 3 opportunities in an entire game against Bruges, then it's your own mistake from the team, from the coach, from everyone that prepared that game. But that one you need to put it in. Like also Koopman, that yesterday received a cross from Conceição, that you just need to put it in, and he's putting it aside. Koopman, a disaster performer. I come back on the individualities yesterday. You know what how we can recap it, the feeling of Juventini is Juve, play. Juve, play. Because if you play, you will have some opportunities. Play. If you don't play, you will not. And it's again a Juve that for long moments of the game was really lethargic. Play Juventus is the title of Corriere dello Sport. A Bruges basta lo 0-0. At Bruges, it was enough the 0-0 to qualify. But now Di Maria, next game. Yesterday they lost 5-4 against Barcelona, but it's a strong team. Not sure if we will win against that Benfica. That if we can say that they have something, is that will of fighting. They will go for it. To come back on the words of Motta. Motta said yesterday, I want more from my striker. We were alert in defense, even if that Savona di Gregorio was absolutely not something that you can say we were alert in defense. But it's true that we didn't suffer a lot. But we didn't create enough, are the words of Thiago Motta yesterday, speaking again about Bangula. Then he continued to say, I enjoy the team in certain moments, but then in the last 20 meters, I didn't love it. Okay, Thiago, you were angry with the players yesterday, and that's your right. Even if, guys, pay attention, we are the 22nd of January, yesterday the 21st. For the very first time, we hear a Thiago Motta that is blaming players. He never did it before. Before, whatever draw we did, he always said the players are 100% at disposal, the players are there, the players are doing the max. There are, of course, things that we need to improve. We are not happy with the fact that we didn't win, but he never blamed players, never. Today, for the first time, he said, I'm expecting much more from the players. Then, my thing is, I was expecting also much more from you yesterday, Thiago, because you didn't prepare it well. Yesterday, we start with a 4-3-3. Or a 4-3-2-1, depending with the two that are extremely wide, something that we see. We play like that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then we make a change. We make a really strange change. A change where we decide to put Locatelli in the defensive line. Kalulu and Gatti goes a bit more wider. Why? Because we want Cambiaso and Savona to go up, to put actually even more pressure there on the wings. That never worked, and because their wingers, they were really good yesterday, extremely good. That left back that they have, the Kuiper, did a fantastic game yesterday. Well, we do that because we are a team that is never playing central, never. We have our best players on paper that are central. We never play on the central. We always play there, on the wings. Anyway, not only that, because with Locatelli there, you're actually not even putting Koopmeiners and Douglas Luiz as two mezzala, but you play with an extra regista that is Douglas Luiz. That is totally cancelled because of Locatelli. And you have a Koopmeiners that is there. Where should I be? Because I'm alone again. Should I go on the left? Should I go as a 10? Should I go on the right? So you have a line, a vertical line made of Nico Gonzalez, Koopmeiners, Douglas Luiz, Locatelli, all of them like this, while we are always playing there. Hey guys, what do you want from me? It's really strange to see a Juve playing like that. That back pass was with the one intention. We know it. Ball to Douglas Luiz. To Locatelli high. To find the wingers. Bangula of Wea. It didn't work. Because Brugge, they didn't care about that. They knew how to block us. Then, if you tell me, okay, it's not working, at a certain moment, you should have that idea. It is not working. Let's change. But the first change that you are doing, you're taking out your best player so far, Mangula, replacing him by Yildiz, Conceição on the right side for a Wea that yesterday we never mentioned. But we are playing with exactly the same way, without any change. Then, at the 76, you say, you know what? Let's go back to that 4-2-3-1, advancing a bit Locatelli, putting him on the line of Thuram, with McKennie as a number 10. McKennie, okay, he's a jolly, can play in all positions, but guys, at a certain moment, you cannot just improvise and do with the Dusan Vlahovic that entered for the 15 last minutes together with McKennie and Thuram. That didn't give anything. Yesterday, the only one that gave one or two things was Conceição, even if at certain moments it's also a bit frustrating that we know that he will do the same thing and the defenders, they know it, but he was the only one that was able to give a cross at a certain moment. Really bad from Thiago Motta. This is what I am asking myself. Thiago Motta, at a certain moment, if it's not working, why persisting, why persevering, why insisting on something that is clear for everyone it is not working? And if the first changes are just to change the men, it means you want actually to do the same with different men, so that you're relying on your individualities and not on a way of playing. Then you will tell me, Beppe, why? How is that? Look, I tell you, maybe today the moment between a big game and another is maybe too short for Thiago Motta to prepare. Maybe it's too short because we saw it in all the games that I just mentioned you earlier. That's the only thing that I have in mind today. Preparing 3 games in a week is maybe difficult for Thiago Motta to implement all the ideas that he has. And then they focus on one thing that they want to do well, which we did yesterday. And if, unfortunately, it didn't work, then we have no other plans. Douglas Luiz, I told you, according to me, he has been put in difficulty by Thiago Motta because, again, he was there, he didn't know what to do. Yes, touch of classes, yes, maybe, but slow, not enough, not initiatives. And I was also angry with him because if that's the only performance that you have or the only opportunity that you have, you need to take it. You need to take it, and yesterday Douglas Luiz didn't take it. Koopmeiners is invisible. Invisible. A Koopmeiners that I praised the last game against Milan, thanks to the work also of Nico Gonzalez yesterday again. Totally disappearing. Is it because of Motta and the way that he asked? Maybe. But even without the way of playing of Motta yesterday, Koopmeiners, how did he go with that miss? Another horrible shot from the side. I don't know where he went that ball. Koopmeiners that we need some leaders. And yesterday he was not. Again, he was totally a ghost. And do we want to speak about the 15 minutes of Dusan Vlahovic that according to me can maybe go towards the worst of the game for these 15 minutes. 7 balls touched in 15 minutes. 5 passes, only 2 arrived at destination, so it's a 40%. He lost 3 duels on 3, so all of them. He didn't win any single duel. 5 possession lost. Stats that are really, really bad, but more than the stats is how he entered the field. Yesterday I was not happy. I was not happy. It's not a coincidence that still at today they are still insisting that if an offer arrives, even lower, but if an offer arrives, he could leave already in January. I heard today that, and we are starting to enter the Calcio Mercato, I heard today that the agent, especially after the 2 consecutive benches for technical choices, could possibly look for another team. Look, if an offer arrives, I'm not excluding that Dusan could leave, even if yesterday the words of Giuntoli were Douglas Luiz and Dusan Vlahovic. No, they stay because we want to do an entry mercato more than an exit mercato. He didn't speak about Cambiaso yesterday. Danilo will stop the contract after the game of Napoli. He will not go to Napoli according to the latest sources. I always told you, pay attention to Flamengo, pay attention of the will of playing Club World Cup to go back into his country to play with Alexandro after Santos, Porto, and Juve. He could go back for the 4th time with Alexandro. So that's apparently what he decided. I know that you don't care anymore about Danilo. You already said goodbye a few weeks ago. So let's speak about possibly the new ones that can reinforce Juve, but that are still not there. Today, Paris Saint-Germain should solve their situation for that extra slot, and then Juventus could communicate, even if could be today, but I'm not sure if Juventus would love to push on the narrative. Let's celebrate the new arrival of Colomwani after a draw of Brugge. Maybe they will wait until tomorrow so that people start to digest that draw and to have a bit more positive comments on the arrival of Colomwani. That has been mentioned yesterday by Thiago Motta. I think we have more options now. With Randall, that hopefully will be part of the team already from Napoli, and he said the name Randall twice, also sending a message to all the Orwas to say there is no untouchable anymore. We need to perform. The quality that you have shown on the minutes at disposal is what matters, and yesterday was not happy. So important. So what about the new defenders? Well, yesterday I was a bit surprised by Giuntoli when he said ragazzi ci raggiungeranno per darci una mano. It means some boys, some kids will join us to give us a hand in defense. Guys, if you're telling me Araujo, it was not a kid, a boy that will arrive at Juve. It was an established player that you were ready to put 50 million euro on. Tomori, established player in Serie A, already won a Scudetto in pair with Kalulu. Araujo will sign this week or next week a contract with Barcelona. Over. Tomori will stay at Milan. It's over. Forget about it. If you go, Hansko is a starter at Feyenoord that is already playing in a lot of competition. If you go there for Kelly and for Veiga, these are kids. It means that something again changed in that strategy. What is the strategy? Why is it the flexible strategy that every week is changing from strong defenders where you are ready to put 50 million to... Guys, I have a lot of questions about that. I really have a lot of questions, and especially because not even these players we are sure to take them. We need to go towards players that are not playing in their actual team, and not even there we are sure to take them, because Lazio, for example, today is trying to do a last attempt to go on Renato Veiga. So on top of Dortmund, there is also Lazio in the competition. So we need to follow it. We need to monitor what is happening there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I told you I wanted a defender on the 2nd of January. We are the 22nd, so 20 days later, and there is still no defender. A defender that could leave is Cambiaso because the offer will arrive from Manchester City. A real offer on the table. They are saying 60 plus bonus, 65. When I hear Giuntoli, Milan, Brugge, he speak about everyone, about Cambiaso, he doesn't want to say too much. He will stay because he knows that he's gone. Let's see. Put a maximum of like if you didn't chat. Please continue to subscribe. Grazie, forza, Juve.